sunshine. Sip from my rainbow, deliciously mango. I think it's a syndrome, got me so windblown. Show me the door, how far can you fall? Freedom in galaxies, mapped out my fantasy.
I'm Sandra Sandy Schneller, and this is Romancing Me Pescatarian Style.
Implode with blessings, blessings for me. This is reality, I live my dreams.
Hey, I'm Sandra Sandy Schneller. What are you eating tonight? We are going to be doing it up with our super veggie loaded baked potato casserole. And that's all organic, non-GMO. It's gonna be topped with some Hearty potatoes. Hearty, like H-I-L-L-Y. It's gonna be quite Hearty. Because it's gonna be so luscious in their buttery gold potatoes. Ooh, let's get with it. Let's get cooking. We're gonna get started with our potatoes, and these are golden potatoes. They're petite ones. Look at how small they are, and they pack a punch with buttery taste though. I'm also gonna start preheating our oven to 375 degrees. I'm gonna go ahead and add 3 tablespoons of butter. We're gonna let that melt. And I'm just gonna toast the potatoes. We're just gonna brown them on an edge or two, because we're gonna add this to the top of the innards of the casserole and on top as well. And we're gonna put this in the oven and let it bake at 375 degree temperatures when it's all said and done for about 20 minutes. Now we're going to add the potatoes, just a little bit at a time here. Not gonna pour them in just yet. But we're going to make sure that we get all of the potatoes have a little bit of toasted edge on them. I'm making a lot of them because this serves about 8 people. This is something you like to possibly make for, during the holidays when you have guests over. Hey! Happy holidays to you all. I'm just having a little sparkly here. Cheers. That is refreshing. We're gonna get moving and grooving. We're gonna start adding some of our veggies in a minute. We have baby Bellas going on in the house today. Add our carrots, of course. And all of that is organic, non-GMO, all of the entire meal. And okay, we're back, and we're checking out these potatoes. They're looking really fabulous. Please like, share, and subscribe this video. Those are looking really nicely. You see how they're toasted on one side, at least one side. Most of them are toasted that way, and that's what we want. Now I'm going to go ahead and add some of my special seasoning here, and this is going to give it some great parsley and lemon flavor. But I'm going to give it some butter flavor as well. But I'm going to go ahead and add this now. Just add it in various spots and kind of stir it around. These are my special seasonings. It gives it a whopping flavor. I have set them out at room temperature so they can be quite soft, and adding them to our dish. Oh, I smell the lemon flavor now. I'm going to turn the burner down to like medium, because we don't want to burn the flavor, the seasonings rather. So I'm going to get ready to remove these potatoes from the pan and put them in a bowl. And then we're going to add the veggies. Okay, we removed all of the potatoes, and here's the roughness edge of what's left of any au jus here. We're going to keep that in the pan, and I'm going to just add 2 more tablespoons of olive oil. And we're going to go ahead and add about 6 cloves of garlic, 6 large ones. Please like, share, and subscribe. And you can also email me for recipes. I'm going to also add now 2 medium-sized, or you can do 1 extra large sweet onion. Stir that around a bit. Our temperature on the level actually of the heat is at medium, but this is going to be a fantastic meal. Now we're going to add about 10 ounces of carrots here. We have the carotenoids going on, and the carrots, you know, that's a good source of minerals and such to help with your eyesight, actually. Onions protect your breath. Actually, they give you good breath, not bad breath. It gives you good, it's good for your oral hygiene. Eating onions. You know how you say when you're going to probably kiss someone, you don't want to have onion breath? That's a good thing, not a bad thing. So bring on the onions. So we're going to let this cook down a little bit. Cook down as in having the carrots become a little bit more limber. See, they're kind of stiff, very stiff still. We won't want to take this off just yet. We can now add our baby bellas. We all know that baby bellas have minerals and vitamins for our bodies. So just let that cook. Okay, we've added about 1.5 cups of sweet green peppers, and those are organic too. Lots of vitamin C in that. The next add-on will be our green beans. I've just chopped these up into small pieces. Actually, these are organic as well. So I'm adding them to the center of the skillet because that is the hottest part, and let them start heating up at that point. After the green beans, we're going to add some organic broccoli. Now these were frozen and I just cut them into quarters. You can see that, I cut them into quarters. And we're gonna, this is about 8 ounces. And we're going to add that as well. So now I'm gonna just start mixing in some of these green beans a bit. And it's a hearty meal, it really is. Nice warm one for the fall. So now we've added the broccoli spears, florets actually. I'm gonna move those around gently, because we want those to stay intact. And right now we have one more item to add before we start with our next part of the. Now this is the zest, the peel, and the juice of 2 large lemons. So I take the peel off and the lemon juice. I squeeze the lemons and put all of that in a container and blend it in the blender. And this is what we get. So I'm going to pour all of that here. Oh yes, that's going to be so lemony. And now we're going to remove our veggies and put them in a very large bowl, because we want to use the au jus here in the pan. We want to use that for the stock and the cheese. So I'm going to go ahead and just start removing this to a large bowl. Okay, we're going to get started with our cheese sauce. Oh, I love making cheese sauce. Once you start making your own, you will never go back to buying it in the store. So we're going to get started with 4 cups of heavy cream. That's 1. Our pan is nice and hot and ready to sizzle. I have the burner on at medium high. So it's a medium and then there's a medium high. So I have the medium high. We want to make quite a bit of the cream sauce here, the cheese sauce, because as I said, I'm making a few extra small pans for some others. And then we're going to go ahead and get started adding cheeses. You want to add them kind of slowly. Get started with adding the Parmesan and the Romano. As I said, you want to add it slowly and stir. Now we're going to start adding the Quattro Formaggi cheese. A third of that. And another third. Other third. Now I'm going to add some seasonings here. We have no salt seasoning. That's very important. We have about 1.5 tablespoons of that, as well as 1/2 teaspoon of Himalayan salt and 1/2 teaspoon actually of black pepper. I'm going to go ahead and add that kind of slowly in 2 parts. It gives it such great flavor. Add the rest of it now. I like to add my ingredients individually and blend them in individually. I'm also going to add some tomato paste, and this is tomato paste from the tube. It's organic as well. I'm going to add 3 tablespoons. This is a tablespoon at each. I need to start stirring some of that. That's 2 tablespoons. I have 1 more to add. I like the tomato paste in the tubes when I do buy them because they're concentrated. And this is the au jus. So we're going to be adding that a bit so we can make the cheese sauce a little bit less thick. And you don't have to have strained it, but just, make sure you get most of the veggies out of it. You don't have to strain it though. But I think I'm going to use the entire 3/4 cup. So this was about 3 ounces because the glass is 4 ounces. This is about 3 to 3.5 ounces of au jus that I'm going to use. That's your preference, your consistency level of the cheese sauce. But I want mine a little bit weaker, a little bit thinner, not weak, but thinner right now because it's going to be saturating the veggies. Oh, yes, we are grooving. Oh, this smells so wonderful in here. And you're going to be able to be tasting it in a moment. Yeah. Oh, cheers to you. Okay, we're going to get started starting to build our casserole. So I'm going to spray the bottom of the pan here, baking dish with a little bit of avocado oil. We're going to line the bottom with some of these great potatoes. They're nice and firm, but they'll be a little bit softer as we cook them. I'm just going to lather a little bit of the cheese sauce on, not much of it, because we want every layer to have cheese on it. And now we're just going to add some of the vegetables. A layer of the vegetables. Nice healthy layer. This is smelling very lemony as well. Now here we're going to add a little bit more of that cheese. You see how it's running throughout the veggies? That's a great consistency for it. See how that's looking? The next layer will be our sun-dried tomatoes. All that lycopene there, look at that. Oh yes, and these were an olive oil to put on. Now these are green onions that I've chopped up. It's like with the long stem ones. So now we're going to put the casserole into the oven. Let's just take a look at this. Look at that. Look how the cheese is dripping down to the bottom of the pan there. Oh gosh, it's going to be so delicious. It smells wonderful. Make sure you put something on top of it. So we're going to keep it here for about 15 minutes. After the first 15 minutes, then we're going to remove the parchment paper and let it bake for, we'll watch it between 5 to 10 minutes. Ha ha, time for the big reveal. This is our super veggie loaded baked potato casserole. We've got it aside. I have a side of beet chips. That's good for your body as well. Let's try this. Pay homage first. Here you go. Get some of everything on it. All of the 7 to 8 veggies and 7 cheeses. Let me try some. Oh, here's a beet chip for you. Let me try some of that. Thank you for tuning in again for another episode of ROMANCINGmeps with your host Sandra Sandy Schneller. This is delicious. Cheers to you. Happy holidays.